After the opening ceremony, I encourage everyone who haven't seen it yet to watch the recording of stream to know all the updates for this year. I think the important information is that we will have 3 teams which will qualify to the World Finals. Oh, and now on our stream you can see this little Telegram sign. I don't know what does it mean, but we'll figure this out soon. It's a little bit spoiler that we will have a huge team of analytics that will be working behind the scenes of our stream, and tomorrow we will bring a lot of great insights about what is going on and what is happening and what are the contestants doing right or wrong. By the way, we already have a team which solved 2 out of 3 test problems with the first tries just in 5 minutes. It's super fast. And this is one of the strong teams, basically. I believe that this team was like 4th in the preliminaries. Interesting enough that the second problem wasn't still opened and the only submission was unsuccessful. So does it mean that this problem is difficult, even though it's a test session? And the name of this problem, by the way, is basic math. So teams should better solve it, because tomorrow the math that is required to solve all of the problems would not be so basic. Yes. By the way, I think we are still leaking some information. Okay, I'm getting insights that we are not leaking anything to the official translation. Okay. Nothing interesting is happening yet. Everybody is just solving the problem A pretty fast, just one after another. Let's check what should be done in this problem. Okay, so basically it looks like a little geometry problem. In the first one that is solved already by 43 contestants, as you can see on our stream. As far as I understand, you basically have a circle with some area, and then you need to fit it inside the square. Okay, and A and C. You can see that on our stream you will see all the verdicts that are happening to the contestants, to the submissions. By the way, we have a feedback on YouTube that there is no sound on a stream. Is it correct or not? Do we know that? Can we double check this? Sure. We just had a comment on YouTube stream that there is no sound. Yes. It's already fixed? That's why I was Ah, okay, great. So somebody who just put this comment on YouTube, you're welcome. And thank you for noticing this. Yeah, I was saying that we will see all the verdicts that are happening to the problems, both today and tomorrow. You can see already that there are some runtime errors for problem B, some other verdicts like time limit and whatever else that could happen. So this is pretty cool. Also the process of a testing of each problem. So we could try to understand what is happening behind the laptops of our contestants. Are they trying to crack something and push something through the time limit, or they just have some super fast solution that is failing on the second test because it's incorrect. So we will see. The most interesting part will be tomorrow, but still, who knows? Maybe the results tomorrow will somehow be correlated with today's results. Still, the test session lasts only for 2 hours, so it's much smaller time, and it's much more easy to stay focused for 2 hours rather than 5 hours. So yeah, if there are any teams who can push their limits in the last seconds, we won't see this today, but we'll see this tomorrow. It's actually interesting that a lot of teams are solving problem C because it's basically an interactive problem. So sometimes such problems could be more difficult or like they could take more time to implement rather than just regular problems. But it's nice that we see a lot of accepted submissions already for problem C. That means that everything is fine with the testing system. Everybody is checking that the interactions are working. And yeah, if we'll have tomorrow more interactive problems, that will be fine. For problem B, the time limit is 5 seconds. So it's maybe in very soon, like in coming minutes, we will see a lot of submissions which will have time limits because in with the problems previews, and we can do something like that. Yeah, it is the problem A that is solved by most of the participants. You can see this nice little summary. We will have the same, I believe, tomorrow. So everybody who is watching, you will be able to get some insights about the problem and maybe try yourself, try to understand how it should be solved and what should be done. Yeah, I think it's good. It's very nice that we don't need to deep dive into the legend. However, sometimes the legend is very nice and interesting, but still, if you just watch the stream and want to relax and just understand, cheer for your teams and just to understand what are they doing right now, this is a very nice way to see some little insights. So yeah, in the first problem, we have the circle design. And we want to create a square around it with at least 1 centimeter margin and calculate the minimum square for such tile. Yeah, I believe, yeah, it should just be solved with some formula. But the good things to notice is that the area of the circle design is kind of huge. It's like up to 10 in 15ths. So it's pretty huge, and maybe some of the teams could have some wrong answers based on the types. I don't know if this is really happening or not, but this could happen. By the way, I just noticed that there is still a little comment on our YouTube translation that somebody still can't hear anything. Is it?
I can hear it when I do this.
Okay, so check also your devices, check that your headphones are connected. We checked everything here. It should be working. And somebody put a message in the chat if everything could be heard. If it's okay for you, then just put a message that it's okay for me. So we will see that at least for somebody it's okay. Yeah, and the other comment on our translation is that somebody is always rooting for lesser known universities. Yeah, that's good. I can agree with that obviously we have some favorites and teams who already shown that they're great, that they could solve complex problems, that they qualified here from the top places. But yeah, it's always great to have some lesser known university in top, because I believe that this could boost the amount of participants from this university, boost interest inside this university to prepare for competitions, to participate in them. So that means that we will have more participants, more great participants, more qualified participants, maybe to the world finals, and then more and more teams who could go there from NWERC. So yeah, it's very, very good. Yeah, there are a couple of people for whom it's okay with sound. So I believe that everything should be fine. Thank you for putting this. Oh, you see that we maybe will have accepted B submission. Yeah, it's basically, yeah, it's solved. So now all of problems are solved by one of the teams. And they used 20 minutes for that. Pretty fast. It's cool. And from the first try, you can see that there are some teams who already tried to solve the third problem for like 3 times. But yeah, the accepted one just got there from the first one. And let's check if we know anything about this team. Yeah, this team basically was first on its preliminaries. So it's also one of the favorites, I believe, for our tomorrow's contest. They just shown everybody that they're well prepared and could crack those easy problems on test sessions just in 20 minutes, which is pretty fast. It's also cool that despite the fact that they required like 1 minute more for the first problem than the fastest submission, and like I don't know, like 4 minutes more for the third problem, they still manage to solve problem B faster than all other competitors. So yeah. I don't know if will we have the freezed scoreboard for the last hour of the test session or last 30 minutes?
I think it is 30 minutes, but I
Oh, okay. So we'll have our scoreboard freezed for last 30 minutes of our test session. For those of you who are watching such competition for the first time and just cheering for their friends who qualified here also maybe for the first time, there is such a rule that the last period of the contest, we don't update their results. We only show if somebody tried to submit some solution for some problems, like a yellow square in the scoreboard. But we don't know the verdict. We don't know if it's accepted or it's failed. So there is always a little bit of an intrigue coming to the end of the contest, and that's why it's always interesting to see the closing ceremony. Yeah, now we can see the full results, the top results on your screens. You see that we also highlight the medals. Yeah, we will do the same thing tomorrow, and you can also see that some of the team names are not weird, they interesting, I would say. Some of them just have stickers, emoji. Some of them are long and doesn't really fit into the text field. But it's nice that it works with emojis. So for everybody who is competing, just take a note that by the great work of our ICPC Live team, we can even show such weird names, not weird, but cool and interesting names on the scoreboard. Yeah, and this freezing, which I was talking about previously, on the tomorrow it will be for the last hour, for the whole last hour, and today is just for the last 30 minutes. So yeah, we also have a second accepted solution for the problem B from Delft University of Technology team, which was second, I believe, on the preliminaries. So it's also one of the top teams. And also, I believe that they were 10th last year on NWERC, which also pretty cool place and pretty high. So yeah, they are one of the main candidates, I believe, to be somewhere in the top. And moreover, they were first on the last year preliminaries. So it's pretty consistent results for several consecutive years. And I believe we will follow them pretty closely tomorrow. And yeah, one more team from Hasselplattner Institute solved all 3 problems. So gradually more and more teams are solving all 3 problems. And I don't know, they still have pretty much time to test the system, to try to submit something that will work slowly, try to experiment with something. Yeah, to walk around and remember where everything is located here if they're here for the first time. I believe that doesn't relate to the teams from Delft University, but for others, it may be useful to use some time, have a good sleep today, and prepare for the tomorrow. We also see that we have this nice hall that everybody is distributed across, and every team has those little yellow ducks. Yeah, and some of them also have some toys. I know it's like maybe some toy to bring a luck to a team. I had one when I competed. It was a little pink pony. So yeah. I believe that also we can expect that on our live stream we will have from time to time some interviews. Also, we will have maybe some sponsors who will be coming to us tomorrow. Today is just a starting day. We're testing everything. So there are not so many events happening right now, and the test session is not so important as the results itself. But what we can already do, we can analyze some more problems. For example, I don't know, let's discuss problem C, because it was the next one in terms of difficulty. And I believe that pretty soon we will see what is needed to be done there. So yeah, let's check. Oh, it should be B or C. It's C. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. What should we do? We have some cheese wheels, not more than 100, and at least one. We can compare them. We will see if they're equal, smaller, or larger. And then, yeah, we need to find an order. Doing some queries about the comparison of two specific elements. We need to find the correct sorted order of them, I suppose. And if there are multiple valid solutions, I'll put any of them. I believe that means that there could be like equal elements, and yeah, this could be compared as equal. Interactor is not adaptive, so it's not trying to beat us. You know that basically all the interactive problems, we can split them into like categories with adaptive interactor or not. The adaptive is the one that when we are trying to make some move to ask system to do something, it like kind of adapts and trying to win us. And if it's not adaptive, that means that jury predefined the correct answer, predefined the order of the cheese wheels in this case, and we just asking the predefined order and trying to understand what to do with it. Yeah, and I believe that we can make up to 20,000 of comparisons. Okay. Yeah, I believe that like any sorting algorithm should work here, because it's like only 100 cheese wheels and 20,000 of queries. So even if it's some slow algorithm like bubbled sort, but if it should fit into the restrictions. So yeah, it's just a check that the contestants are familiar with the basic algorithms. So there are already many of them who are definitely familiar with. And yeah, this is nice to know, because tomorrow we'll probably have some problems for which not only basic algorithms are needed to be solved. I don't know, maybe we'll have some complex geometry or complex graphs problems like last year. We don't know this yet. Yeah. If you are watching us, you can write in the comment on the live stream what is your favorite type of problems and what are you expecting tomorrow. Yeah, right now we also can see that there is a submission for problem B from Hasse-Plattner Institute team that is pretty slow to test. I reminded you that this problem has 5 seconds time limit, which is pretty huge. So yeah, maybe they're testing something or the solution is really slow, but it looks like it just stuck and nothing is happening. I don't know if this is the case or we have this only on our stream. I think we'll figure out this soon. Yeah, looks like the testing queue is pretty huge. Maybe there are some delays in the judging system with the problem testing. I don't know. Or maybe it's just our stream and in fact all the participants having their results, but it also doesn't update it in the scoreboard, so we don't know yet. It shouldn't be freezed yet. We should still have some time before the contest is freezed. It's nice to see. It seems like today the balloons are also brought to the participants for the correct submissions. At least it looks like from the whole picture that we are seeing right now on the stream that there are some teams with balloons. If you don't know that, if you don't familiar with the such kind of competitions, usually on the ICPC style contests you're receiving the balloon for correct submissions. On the world finals, they usually have different colors for different problems. And they usually look like brighter or more interesting if it's like first to solve for some specific problem. Oh, it looks like the system just started working. We again see verdicts, which is nice. And there are so many submissions for problem B. So if they will be tested for a long time, it will take as long to us to see which of them are correct and which are not. But crazily it's working. But it's okay. On the test day, anything could happen. This is a special day dedicated to test that everything works. So let's just hope that tomorrow we won't see such delays, because I could only imagine how nervous you are if you're a participant and you send some problem in the very last minutes of the competition and you're waiting for the verdict, but you don't see it. At the same time, I believe that this could be one of the happiest moments of your life if you like submit the problem, then it's stuck in the testing system, and then the contest was over. Your laptop turned off, you came to the closing ceremony and see that it's accepted and you qualified for the world finals. Sounds like a dream. Let's hope that tomorrow we don't have any freezes and nobody will experience this. Oh, we have already like 6 teams who solved second problem, or all 3 problems. Yeah, more and more teams just submitting problems. We see a lot of teams that basically were the top on their preliminaries. Let's check a couple more. Yeah, I believe that everybody who like right now in the top, they were top on their preliminaries. Let me check only the... Yeah, I think that like difference right now only like in time, we see that there is a team Trinity from the University of Cambridge, which is on the 4th place with 48 minutes of the penalty time. But basically this team was 4th during the preliminaries, and the top 1 team is New Gene's team from the University of Oxford, which basically 7th right now. So it's just a tiny shift. And again, for those of you who don't know how it works, when we are ordering the team, like which one, the first or second, of course is determined by the amount of tasks solved, amount of problems solved. And the same will work tomorrow when we'll have, I don't know how many, like 9, 10, or 11, or 12 problems. Usually it's something about this. And in case teams have same amount of problems, they're ordered by the penalty time, which is calculated like the sum of times when they had successful submissions for each problems. So let's say you solved some problem in like 2 hours after contest started. That would mean that you like 120 minutes will be added to your penalty time. But we also need to somehow penalize teams for making incorrect submissions. That's why for every incorrect submission, for the problems you solved, you have 20 minutes of the penalty time added. That means that, for example, if you just tried to solve some complicated task, but it wasn't solved by you by the end of the contest, you won't have any extra penalty time because you haven't solved it. But if you really tried to push something incorrect for a long period of time to some problem, like you have like 10 incorrect submissions, and then you finally solved it, you find the correct idea, you will have 200 penalty minutes added for your 10 submissions, plus the time when you solve this problem. So like instead of having like 60 minutes, if you solved it in the first hour, you'll have much more because you spent more time. So it's always also like an element of a strategy for each contestant to understand that sometimes it's better to think a bit more on the problem than to rush and try to just submit something which you're not really sure that it should work. I believe we will see tomorrow some interesting cases, maybe some drama when, just a tiny time is deciding who is qualifying to the world finals or who takes the prizes. That's why it's always fun to watch our ICPC style competitions. You can see also the nice thing that I was talking about the test of the judge system. You see that the team that is now on the third place from the Hasse-Plattner Institute seems to be OK. I believe this should be read something like that. They are still submitting problem A. Despite the fact that they've solved everything, they're still trying to understand something about the judge system. The same goes for the Sigfold Go Brr team from Delft University of Technology, which is nice to know that the contestants, they're not just rushed the 3 problems from the test session and then went to lunch. Instead of that, they are still sitting there, they're trying to experiment with something and understand something, figure out, and that means that they really care about the results, they're really important to them, and yeah, they're just dedicated and want to compete tomorrow and show their best. Oh, we see that there is some interesting amount of time. It's like 42 minutes before the end of the test session, we will have freeze time. I believe because it's like 1/5 of the cost of the contest, as it should be for the full length contest of 5 hours, which is pretty funny. Yeah, it's more than 10 teams who already solved all 3 problems. That could mean that pretty soon we will have like 12 teams who already solved 3 problems, I believe. This is kind of places with medals. Yeah, it's just a test session, but anyways, let's see tomorrow how the top 12 places will correlate to today's top 12. For those who are not familiar with our competitions, again, I'm saying top 12 is medals, not just top 3, because we usually have 4 gold medals, 4 silver ones, and 4 bronze ones. This system is the same on the world finals. Of course, that very top, the first place, is like the champions. But yeah, it's not just first, second, and third. It's always like 4 teams in each category. You also can see that if Again, if the incorrect submission was made after some problem was solved, that means that basically you don't have any extra penalty. Which is good because, I don't know, it kind of saves you from some accidents when you're just submitting the wrong file to the wrong problem and something like that. You can see that here we have the kind of the same thing as in the world finals themselves. It's like some results monitor that we have in the halls where contestants are sitting, so they can see what is happening. Oh, nice. Even some overall stats. That's great. I believe this also can create some very nice moments. I remember some world finals when like the whole crowd was applauding some contestants for submitting some super hard problems, for cracking it, because everybody saw it on this huge screen in the hall. So it's also cool. It creates this competition and sports atmosphere inside the competition halls. Okay, we have submission problem B from the Vilnius University with the team with a great name, Hope It Passes. So let's see. No, but the hopes are not right, at least for today's problem B for now. Yeah, and soon we will have some great content on our stream. We will soon have some teams for interviews. It will be a little bit later, but it will definitely happen today. So for those of you who are watching and wondering that, oh, there's not so much interesting things because it's just 3 problems and everybody solving them. No, we will have interviews with contestants, which the thing that we cannot make tomorrow because they will be too busy writing code. But today we can get some insights and know about their preparation, about their feelings, how do they like this competition, and stuff like that. So stay tuned. Very soon we will have somebody coming on our stream. You see that we have here like 3 more cheers. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of interesting things happening today and tomorrow. Interestingly though, the top 1 team from the Benelux algorithmic programming contest is still haven't solved the second problem B. It's the team Lambda placeholder. By the way, I see that some of the teams in the official scoreboard, they don't have a rank in the scoreboard. I don't know why is this, but if I will figure this out, I will let you know. Yeah, so nothing surprising. It's problems A and C, which were solved by most of the competitors. yeah, I believe that for now we have two teams that haven't solved anything yet, uh, which is not a good sign. I believe that everybody should solve at least something on the test session, because we just need to know that everything is fine with all of the teams. They have an access to the system, everything works, they can implement the solution, can send it, and it passes. Or even maybe for three teams. Okay. Let's see how it goes. Tomorrow, let's hope that we will have the golden rule of the ICPC tasks work, that like every team will solve at least something, at least one problem, but no teams will solve everything. I believe that such kinds of competitions are the most exciting ones, when the problem set is showing that all the teams like can solve at least something, and they are able to crack even our hard problems on NWERC. And at the same time, nobody is ideal. Everybody has their like strength and weaknesses, and not all the problems will be solved. I believe it was kind of the case last year. I believe that nobody solved everything. Interesting to notice, we have one team from the Constructor University Bremen, which is called Bim Bim Bam Bam, which solved only problem B. I think they are the only team who did it in this manner. Why not? Why not? When the penalty doesn't really mean a lot today, because it's just a test session. Yeah, and by the way, while I was telling you this about this team, they already solved the problem C pretty fast. I believe that they will close A pretty soon. Oh, I realized my mistake. If you look at the scoreboard and you see that there is some team that doesn't have a rank in the very first column, that means that they have absolutely the same amount of problems and penalty as the previous team, so that they just have the same rank. If you didn't know that, I also didn't know that. Now we are more prepared for tomorrow contest. Yeah, so all of the top 12 teams are already filled with teams with 3 problems. All of them solved it just with one try, without any wrong submissions. It was pretty fast, so I believe we won't see any changes in the top 12. Or even maybe in the top, I don't know, top 17, 15. Okay, maybe while we are waiting for somebody to come to us, we can check the problem B, the summary for it, and what should be done there. Oh, great! Thanks a lot for our backstage team that are already doing their best, preparing for tomorrow. Okay, in this problem we have 2,500 pairs of some integers, which could be negative, could be positive, but the absolute value is smaller than 1 million. And we want to construct an exam where in each question the students have to add either plus, minus, or multiply a pair of numbers. And answers for those things should be different, or if this is impossible, we should output impossible. So if I understand this correctly, we should construct some amount of like statements, like one. We have a set of numbers, and we need to. We already have pairs. We just need to put some signs between them, like plus or minus or multiply, and we need to do it in a way that all the results for those like calculations will be different. Okay.
Signaal voor de Van Helsenzaal? Okay.
I don't know if this is something complicated or not. No, it's not so straightforward as other problems. So yeah, I believe something should be. I don't know why it's 5 seconds. We'll see. I don't know. Do we have, by the way, the parallel contest where like everybody could participate or not? Yeah. So everybody like sits in their homes, they can connect and participate and also solve the problems. Oh, okay. This is cool. Like, 30 minutes after the start of a contest, we will have this that everybody who just heard the problem, for example, and knew how to solve it just immediately. That means that. Maybe you're strong. Maybe you're stronger than some of our competitors. So, some of our participants. Sorry. So you can join tomorrow and try your own skills and solve all the problems in the same time with our competition. Yeah, okay. I got a hint from our great analyst team that basically the second problem is just about some bipartite matching, about the pairs of numbers and the possible expression results. So yeah, it's again some test on basic algorithms that are known by the competitors. Maybe it's just not so straightforward as the third problem, and not maybe somebody just doesn't like graph problems or doesn't like matching, bipartite matching. So yeah. And welcome back, everyone. And we have our first team to interview today. So tell me a bit about you guys. Where are you from? Which university you are representing today?
We're representing University of Bergen, the Institute of Informatics in Florida, Bergen.
That's cool. And I believe you were one of the top teams at the preliminaries.
Yeah, we among the ICPC eligible teams, we won the NCPC. But yeah, we were beaten by some older people.
Ah, that's why you were the fourth in the overall results, because they are not eligible for the world finals. Because I saw that. Why there are no teams that were like one on the place 1, 2, and 3, and you're here? So yeah, okay.
We were
Now I
only
get it.
kind of eligible.
Yeah, we needed to replace one teammate before coming here.
That's me.
Oh, so you are here. You weren't with them during the preliminaries.
No, I was as a solo mind one-member team,
Mm.
and I joined them as a replacement for
Bergen.
Oh, okay. But have you ever been already on the NWERC?
Yeah, I participated last year, and he did too, on a different team from me.
Oh, okay.
So we got my team got third place last time.
Oh,
and we got
that's cool.
69th.
So,
Nice.
and you?
No.
Okay.
It's
So,
your first time being a university student.
Yeah. I was
Oh.
IOI this year.
did you get any medal?
43rd.
Oh, so
Silver.
it's gold or silver?
Silver.
Oh, okay, but it's almost gold, I believe. No? Yeah, that's pretty cool. I believe that like third plus 69th plus silver medal on IOI could be very, very high result tomorrow. So how do you feel? Do you feel strength to beat everybody tomorrow?
I feel hopeful that the rumors that we heard a bit about, maybe we can qualify for something. But
No, to be honest, I don't know any insights. Maybe come tomorrow instead of writing contest. Maybe we will know somebody. But anyways, if we will know any news, we will share them on our stream. So at least your friends who are cheering for you will hear it and then tell it to you afterwards. So and I see that your university already participated in the World Finals in 2018. Am I correct or not?
I think 2018, yes.
Okay. So, do you feel confident that you will also go there again?
I think there's a chance, but like less than 50% chance.
Less than 15?
Yeah.
And you?
I don't have any opinion about that.
I don't know. We can
Like
hope.
maybe 30% chance.
At least we can hope.
This is something. But no, you need to be more confident in yourself. Come on, it's just a regular contest. Just solve problems.
Yeah.
It will be fine. So, did you have any special preparations for this contest?
We've looked at some virtual contests.
Yeah, but I've also been preparing for the ICPC final for the previous season with a different team. So I've done lots of team virtuals, but with a different team.
So you're qualified for the World Finals with another team?
Yes.
So you should already like participated there, but it was postponed.
Yes.
Okay. So come on then. You all have one finalist of ICPC in your team and one IOI participant in your team, and you're still not confident in yourself.
There are very many good teams this year.
Okay, we'll see then. That means that for you it will be difficult, but for us it would be fun to watch and cheer for everybody. And so you said to me that you replaced one team member from the preliminaries. So you are a mathematician, or maybe you solve the data structures problems, or like no?
I don't think so.
I like that it's your main answer for my questions. I hope that during the contest you're not answering the same to your teammates.
We will see.
Okay, so how do you find that today's contest? Was it easy or no?
Yeah, it was a good test session. Like we can test interactives with a simple problem that we've seen before, and then it's of course, not meant to be a very interesting contest, the test session, but it worked as for its purpose.
Okay. And I see that you are 13th today.
Yeah,
We spent a lot of time drawing a balloon because they wouldn't give us any.
Yeah, it took so long to get the balloon for solving a problem that we decided we can just print a balloon.
But you will have balloons tomorrow. Like.
Yes, but the printing system worked amazingly. We got the printout balloon really fast.
That's
Like
cool. That's cool.
But it still took some time to do the ASCII art.
Okay, I've never seen anything like that with this printing system before in my competitions, but I'm just too old. So yeah, who do you think are the main favorites for tomorrow?
So the top team from the UK contest, New Jeans, I think.
Oh, okay.
They have a code for his legendary grandmaster, so they're pretty strong, probably.
That's cool. But at the same time, I believe that the last year our NWERC was won by another team from the UK.
Yes,
And they're also
Trinity.
here. And they're also here.
Yeah, but the really strong team with the legendary grandmaster wasn't eligible last year because they qualified for previous year's ICPC World Final.
Okay. But
So yeah, but it's those two teams are the strongest I know of here, probably.
okay. But legendary grandmaster is just a title on the Code Forces, which is a solo contest. But here we have a teamwork, the strategy, timings, 5 hours.
True, but they have also been preparing for the ICPC World Finals for ages now, right? Because it has
Yeah,
been
But come on, I'm trying to cheer you up. Don't
But yeah, I think there are chances that we qualify, but there's definitely very many really good teams here this year.
Yeah, okay, but you'll still have the chances next year, I believe.
Oh, I'm soon done studying, so
Okay. But your teammates should have, yeah. You definitely have pretty a lot of tries in the future. Yeah. This is cool.
how about you?
I still have 1 year of master, so maybe there will be another chance next year competing with Jakob.
Okay. But what's your main goal basically? Like, is it to qualify or just to show good results or just to, I don't know, spend fun time?
I think having fun is the main point. Like, and qualifying for another competition means more opportunities to have fun.
That's a good point. And for you guys, you agree?
I agree.
Definitely.
Okay. Yep. That's cool. That's cool that we have this great atmosphere and everybody's just having fun with their friends. Yeah. Let's hope that tomorrow there will be a little bit more nervous atmosphere and a little bit more shaky because it's the official contest anyways, but still let's just have fun. Yeah. Is there anything else you can tell us about, I don't know, maybe your secret souls, secret preparations?
We did actually. So there's this team reference document, KACTL. Very many teams use it. It's from a Swedish team some years back. we
Oh,
made.
okay.
But we have made some modifications to it, some strategic modifications. So there's this huge list of techniques you can go through if you're like completely stuck, have no idea how to solve the next problem. So you might want to just look at this list and see if any of the techniques remind you of something you can do to solve the problem. And then in this list we inserted the bit set technique. So many problems can be solved with bit sets, and we wrote bit set.
So it's more like a strategy, not some algorithm itself, just a
Reminder to use bit
to
sets.
bit sets. It's because of some past experience.
Yeah, bit sets always work.
It was some past trauma on some contest with bit sets.
Only good experiences. with
Okay,
bit
only
sets.
good experience.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, interesting that many teams are using the same like reference book because I don't know. I always thought that like each team has its own weaknesses and strengths. But yeah.
Yeah, many teams' weakness is that they are too lazy to make their own team reference.
Yeah, that's a good point. I also, when
Like
I was
us.
competing, I used different ones. So, thank you guys for coming today. I think we can wrap it up here, and I wouldn't disturb you anymore. And have a good rest today. Have a good luck tomorrow, and we will keep an eye on you and cheer for you. So yeah, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks.
And welcome back, everyone. And we already have another team. This time, I believe, from the Delft University of Technology, right?
Yes.
Yeah, great. And if I remember correctly, we had you last year.
Yes, we were here.
And exact the same team, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. I remember you guys. And I believe it went pretty well for you last year. You had a 10th place.
Yeah, so it went really well until the halfway mark, and then we didn't solve anything.
Oh, that's a pity.
And in the end, what was even worse, for like one of the last problems, that we were debugging it for like an hour, and in the end, the thing that was wrong is that we commented out one if statement, and we didn't notice that we commented it out. Otherwise, it would have worked.
Oh, that's really sad. And which place you would have if you solved it?
I don't think it was much higher because there was a big tie with the same number of problems. And we didn't
Because
have
you
to-
solved the first really fast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you could learn from your mistakes to not debug something for an hour, for example, maybe, I don't know, then better control the time. Or try some different approaches. And you still showed a consistent great performance. You were second this year in the Benelux algorithm programming contest.
Yeah, one typo, one character. Same story, solved everything but one problem in the first half, then did the last problem, but we had a piece of code from our team reference. That was just one
Yeah,
tiny
so we learned
typo.
from that.
There was somewhere there was a number a 2, and we typed a 1.
And that's how we lost. That was literally everything.
And it was
Would've
in
been
was
first.
in a segment tree. So a lot of and it was segment tree to find the best element. So a lot of the times it just got the best element, but like in a really rare edge case, it didn't get the best element, but something really close. And then we didn't catch that.
Oh, this is so bad. So you just took the code from your team reference, and then you made a mistake taking it from the reference.
Yeah. So we already had it built in, but we didn't use it before. We have hashes in our team reference, so we can hash the code that we type, and then we see is it the correct hash, and if it's not, then you can look where's the bug.
Oh, that's clever, but you didn't use it.
No, so we have never used it before. We just copied it from
We
someone
did
else.
test it just now.
We have tested now. We know how it works. So now
Okay, now at
it
least
will not go wrong.
this
Yeah, so at least that won't happen.
Yeah, because this idea with hash is really cool, because I believe it's one of the most difficult things to find when you just implement in some algorithm, like, come on, segment 3, I can implement segment 3, and you're like 100% sure that error is not there. And then you have like 5 lines of the main solution, and you're like, okay, where is the mistake? And like 50 lines of segment 3, but you're sure that everything is correct there.
I think like from what went wrong in the previous years, we took it into account like during practicing for this contest, and we spent most of our time just practicing debugging the last 3 questions. So oftentimes we in the evening do the hardest 3 questions from programming contest and try to debug them. And so I think now we are a bit better prepared, but we'll see. I mean, tomorrow
it's
we'll see.
always just the tiny things. There was a BAPC as well, where one int had to be a long, and we thought about using longs, and we changed all ints to longs, except for that one. And yeah, that cost us first place again.
When you do something like this, when you're replacing ints with long, just do replace with the whole file.
Yeah.
Or even better, define int long.
Yeah, we don't pronounce this on the stream. Okay, this is great to have you second year in a row with such great performances, and you said that you are well prepared. The previous team that we had here from the University of Bergen, I believe, they told us that their main favorites are the teams from the UK. So how do you guys feel against them?
So we're sitting behind I think the best team. So they have someone from, I think originally from Hong Kong, but he's really good at competitive programming. Is top ranks on all the competitive programming sites. So I think those are the main ones to beat.
Yeah, so
it's got Team Genes or something.
Okay, so this team with this international grandmaster that I was already told about. And still there is a team which was top 1 last year, the Trinities.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so a lot of competition this year.
But we tried our hand at the UK contest, and we could keep up with the teams. So.
Which place did you get there, if it's not a secret?
Yeah, you can look at the Code Forces. But I think like 4th place, but I was alone. I was doing it alone. So.
This sounds cool.
Yeah.
So do you have anything else to tell us? I don't know. Our previous team told us their secret souls, their secret things in their team reference. Do you have anything special? I don't know. This year, you said that you prepared well. You did a lot of like debugging and check the past year complicated problems. But I don't know if there is anything else.
Yeah, it's like for a team reference. Usually everyone uses the same document from online. It's called Cocktail. It's from Zurich.
No, it's from KTH.
That's in Zurich.
Yeah, the same as previous team told me that everybody is using it.
Yeah. So we changed a lot of things in it to to be more custom for us. And one of the main things is we changed the geometry, because to do geometry problems they have a huge header you have to type with a bunch of functions and structs, and that's just a lot of typing. So what we do is, instead of using structs for everything, we use complex integers or complex doubles, and then you get a lot of these functions just built in. You can take norms, you can take angles, whatever. It's just built in automatically, so you don't have to type it yourself.
No, and
so
it works well with precision also.
Yes.
It works well with the
precisions.
Okay.
So in the end we changed all the geometry code to use complex ints or complex doubles or whatever.
Complex numbers for geometry are amazing. Just like in general, at some point I had to implement some like pathfinding algorithm with a car that could that had a certain turning radius. So everything in that was based on just complex geometry with circles and tangent lines, and that's. But like, I don't think they teach that on high schools anymore. I had like geometry with complex numbers in mathematics D, but nowadays I think most geometry is just out of the curriculum, which is
so like I might be a bit biased, but like I'm a mathematician. I like algebra and stuff, and there's a lot of weird numberings, but you can. It's surprising sometimes how much you can do with something like complex integers. Like it might not, like you have, for normal numbers you have prime factorization.
Mhm.
So the same thing applies to complex integers. There's also sort of, they're called Gaussian primes.
Mhm.
And so if you have some problem in integer coordinates, then, well, there's a really small chance, but there's a really small chance that you might be able to use just number theory to solve some geometry problem. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that's actually great. I think that such problems are like super complicated because it's really usually if they require something like this is some like late stage problem. So it's really cool that you kind of could crack them.
Yeah, so I don't think it's going to happen at NWERC or any other programming contest like this, because it's not necessarily hard to implement. It's just you have to know it, and if you don't, then you're completely lost. And so I don't think that will happen. But I still think, yeah, complex numbers are really underappreciated.
Yeah, but this could happen in like quad forces or something like that.
Yeah.
Also, there is a danger of trying to find a very elegant mathematical solution to a problem where it isn't possible to find one, which has happened before.
Really?
But yeah, I mean, like just spending too much time trying to figure it out mathematically instead of trying to find a clever
stupid
program.
greedy and
Yeah, there's always, you can try to look for nicer and nicer solutions, but in the end you should just stop whenever it works, right?
Yeah. But this is also the point about like experience and time management and what
it's
you do.
Like in hindsight, it's always, oh yeah, like of course this wasn't possible using some clever algebra. We should have just started out with like a normal programming method. But hindsight's 2020.
Yeah, so I think in the experience department we have gotten a lot better because we did a programming camp in Cyprus.
No, that's cool.
There were a lot of teams, also from a couple from NWERC were there, and we did quite well. And we also gained a lot of experience. There were, I think, 8 contests, and it was every day 5-hour contest, quite a lot. And
there was a slide we like in the rankings. I think towards the end we slightly improved.
Yeah.
So yeah. In the beginning, we were somewhere in the middle, and in the end, we were like
top 20% or something from the camp.
Yeah, that's great because such training camps, they really show your performance like on a distance, because it's several consecutive contests with different kind of problems in a row, and it's also very intense and really prepares you for just come on, tomorrow just 5
really
hours.
like usually, like if you practice, it's not really a contest simulation because you're at home and it's nice. And I think it really helped for just management during the contest, like with time management and stuff. Yeah. And in the end, that saves so much time. Like if you go back and forth and switch between problems, and you just as soon as you have a solution, you start implementing it. Well, okay. It might be that you know the solution instantly, but then you implement for 30 minutes straight, and then you lose a lot of time. So, like we also learned to think about how fast it is to implement this. Is maybe first do something else, and I think it really helped with our time management.
Yeah, it's great, and you also could see how other teams do this during such programming camps, because like teams from all over the world, they have different approaches. I don't know, maybe somebody's just tracking the time. I saw once a team that was world champions from ITMO, that they were just pushing people from the laptop, like if you promise to spend 15 minutes, you can't spend more than that. So you're like kind of committing how much time you should spend before you sit in front of the computer. So there could be a lot of different approaches, which is cool.
It is difficult to decide who gets to do what, because if you have a program that's basically finished, but there is some bug, and it might be a 1-minute thing, it could be half an hour to debug it, and that's the problem with debugging. Like the general implementation, you can get some idea of like how much time it's gonna take, but debugging, it's a lot harder.
On that note, though, was maybe a takeaway for some of the other teams is to really use the printing.
Yeah.
Because if you, let's say you want to solve like 10 problems in the first 2.5 hours, then you have 15 minutes per problem computer time. So that's not a lot. That's really not a lot. So as soon as something goes wrong, just print the code and let someone else type. And
Yeah, that's a really good advice from really experienced participants. I believe that many teams who participate in the first or second time, they don't know about printing and they just debugging the code in front of the computers. But yeah, this is really good advice for everybody who are watching us. And by the way, I wanted to ask something. You said that there are such difficult moments when you need to make a decision. Do you have any like team captain who makes such decisions? Or
No, we just argue a lot.
Just argue.
Who has the loudest voice?
Kind of the same as Dutch politics.
We are not say it loud on stream.
Yeah, no. Should it be like these two, like Leon is like, no, I can finish this in 5 minutes, and then Jeroen is like, but I can program this entire thing in 5 minutes. I'm like, okay. He's gonna get the computer now. You're gonna have to wait, or the other way around. But it turns out quite well most of the time.
Okay. Yeah, because sometimes you really need some captain just for these cases to not argue.
But we have also
like
during practice, like roughly hour or hour and a half before the end, we just say, okay, quick strategy moment. That's like an hour or an hour and a half before the end. You may be going to solve maybe 1 or 2 problems, but that's a big maybe. So then just pick out the problems that we think is the least effort to debug, and all 3 of us are going to focus on that exact problem and nothing else. And I think from previous years we were all kind of working on like different problems, and in the end we solved none of them. And I think now now we kind of solved that issue because now we have 3 people staring at the screen, and that's you pick out bugs 3 times as fast that way. So
Or like just let one person create some test cases, and one's on implementation, one's writing out some formulas that we can then put into the program. So that's a lot more efficient than it used to be.
Yeah, that's cool that you came up to this just by experience. We used, when I was participating in the semifinals at NWERC, we also used the same approach, like in the very last period of a contest. Just one was coding the problem that we picked to solve all together. I was working on like test cases and thinking what could be wrong with the solution, trying to like prove it. And the third guy, he was just sitting right next to the one who was implementing and just reading his code in the real time and saying to him like, okay, this is incorrect and stuff like that. Because the guy who was coding, he was just rushing without thinking because he knew that his partner is double checking the code. So like everybody was focused on the same problem in like last 15 minutes. I believe this time we managed to solve it and got like the 7th place, which was cool. So yeah, sometimes it could really work and give you like a little bit speed up in the last moments. So yeah, do you have anything else to tell us? Something interesting?
The new printing system is cool. I like it.
Yeah, you're the second team who was saying this, and we are really thankful to the organizing committee for this.
Should have used an electric motor though to get it up. It's going to be a lot of effort if you're going to have to do that all throughout the contest.
I don't know how it works.
Oh, it's just they have a box and a piece of rope, and they just pull it up to the top floor. It's like, we should add an electric drill to this. And like, it will be a lot faster.
Jetpacks and stuff.
Oh, you know, there's just still room for improvement.
It's really
for
fun
next
to see.
year.
No. Yeah, no. Like in the competitions, improvements are being made every year. Then some are lost again, but oh well.
Yeah. So guys, thank you for coming, and I wish you good luck tomorrow. Sleep well, stay focused, and
Yeah, thank you.
And debug well.
Thanks.
And welcome back, everyone. And we have another team right now with another great lucky toy, this little duck. And I believe that we also had you last year.
Yep.
Yeah, great. It's nice to see the same faces each year, and some new ones, some old ones. So how does it go, guys?
Yeah, it's going great. I think Toby was trying to talk us out of try-harding the practice contest, but we did well anyways.
But you are third, right, in the practice contest? Yeah, so it was pretty smooth for you. Was it easy?
Yeah, I think we saw most of the solutions immediately, and then we had some keyboard troubles along the way.
Oh, yeah. But it works now.
Yes.
Okay, so you're prepared for tomorrow. So, okay, tell me a bit about your preparation. I believe that I think that last year when we were chatting, you had like second place on the preliminaries, and this year it a little bit worse, right?
Yep. We got fourth, but I don't know. I think we still all like improved a lot over the past year, just grinding code forces, and we also went to a few camps, and yeah, I think we have definitely improved, and just like the German scene in general has obviously also improved. So don't think we're discouraged.
And also we have a duck now, so our debugging should be easier now.
Ah, so it's a duck to explain your solution, right?
It's rubber ducking without the rubber, but
yeah,
same difference.
It's nice that organizers like they thought about it and presented each team with a duck, but you have your own ones.
Yeah. So now we have a little duck family at our table.
Yes, so you can try to do this. Like when you're sure that you understand something, you can explain it to a child. So you can debug and explain both to the adult duck and to the child duck.
Yes, exactly. And sometimes I think this one isn't listening, so we can like maybe replace it to one that better fits our needs.
Yeah. So, how about your like preparation? I feel confident.
We did one contest together in the last couple of weeks to prepare. So I guess that could have been improved, but I think still like we work well as a team.
Okay. Yeah, and you said you participated in some camps.
Yeah, the OCPC in Osijek, 2 times they held it by like Adamant and some other guys on Code Forces. Was cool.
Okay. Were you in the top teams there?
No.
Why not?
Well, it was actually quite international, and like we are okay here, but internationally, well, not so much. But there were some cool teams there.
And who was the first one? Who was the top?
I think it was Asian teams mostly at the top there. I didn't really know them beforehand, but I'm told that they win quite a few contests there.
Yeah, and some like random selections from like the top 10 on Code Forces, just hanging out in teams. Like mostly on the first camp. The second camp wasn't that stacked, I think, but it was still like pretty hefty competition and really good people there.
Okay. But this is great that you can gain a lot of experience and you just work with those teams, maybe interact with them and see what are their strategies and stuff like that. Just tell me, guys, do you have anything special in your team reference? Because 2 previous teams told me that they took the same template from the, I believe, KTH Royal University, and they added there something extra, some secret sauce.
We actually, we're also using the template from KTH, but we added a last-minute meme, I think, 2 days ago, because I was talking a lot about like implementing a splay tree and having that in the team reference document, and I finished implementing it like Thursday evening when it was already printed. So like on Wednesday, we added a meme of like, this is where I would put my splay tree implementation if I had any. Through the last page, so that's now there. And we also have penguins.
We
thanks
also
to
have
Toby.
penguins drawn with the awesome Tix library, Tix Pingus. Really cute penguins.
On a more serious note, though, we did actually put some real things there. There's like a couple of miscellaneous things, like one for XOR bases, which I like. I don't think it will be relevant because like the problems that use it, they basically require it, and I don't think that would be in an NWERC, but maybe it helps. and one thing I like for is like stack trick to find the next larger element or next smaller for any element in the array. I think that one's cute.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I believe that everybody who is watching our stream, could just write down all the things that every team is saying about the team reference and collect the ultimate team reference to rule them all. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, and you said about Splay tree. Is it your favorite ones?
It was definitely something I wanted to implement just to see how it compares to a tree, which is like the natural thing to replace a tree with. We also at our university have like competitive programming course where I was able to test it, and I did not yet manage to get it to run faster than a tree, which is kind of sad. I'm pretty sure I'm still doing something wrong, but just I've had like half a day of implementing it, and it kind of works, and it doesn't segfault, so I gotta spend some more time with it, and maybe it's gonna get better, but it was definitely not ready for this NWERC.
Okay. So tomorrow we could expect only 3 from you.
Probably.
Okay.
It's a lot shorter to implement, so.
Yeah, but I just heard once, I don't know if it's right or not, that some Asian teams are usually using Splay tree, like at least was like 5, 6, I don't know how many years ago instead of Trip. So I just asked because who knows, maybe in Germany it's also popular to use the Splay tree instead of Trip.
And I like the tutor at KIT. He's a really big Trip fan, and I think he has influenced the community.
We also added a custom GNU policy-based data structure. We modified it a bit to use for lazy segment tree, lazy implicit segment tree. Lucas implemented.
So big thanks to Adamant for doing like a 9 years ago blog post on Code Forces.
Adamant.
I was trying to figure out how to use like the GNU policy-based data structures tree, and how to use like node updates where you can have like maybe range some queries, or you can query for like the nth element. And I was trying to figure that out, and my C wasn't good enough to figure that out, and Adamant just has a block there that just explains it everything perfectly, and that was really good.
Yeah, it's cool. I actually didn't know that he has anything not about strings. But yeah, thanks for strings anyways.
Wait, I thought Adamant was
for weird math things.
Yeah, quote unquote, the guy talking about math.
Math?
That's something I think is this FFT said on one of the Osijek camps, and was like, now I'm going to do what Adamant usually does and talk about complex mathematics, like when presenting a solution to a problem.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I think Adamant does a lot of things.
Yeah, I'm just too old. I remember the string times, maybe then something else started.
I think right now, like every blog he writes, there's like a +200 comment below that says where application.
And I remember this correctly, and from what I hear, that you are the main implementator in the team.
Kind of, yeah. So like start of the contest, these two are reading problems. I'm implementing the template. Or like copying the template from our team reference. So yeah.
But I think like afterwards we do generally like give the computer to the person who's solved the problem, who thought about it. But like
if the person is not me.
You're not causing.
I'm not coding.
Just thinking.
Just petting the duck.
This is because you don't want to, don't like to.
I'm just not good at it.
Okay. Not fast enough, like.
Yeah.
I think Toby's exaggerating. He can definitely do it, and he does sometimes do it.
But Toby's also good at solving problems, so it's also good to keep him solving problems, and we can implement them.
Yeah.
That's also maybe exaggerating a bit, but.
No, this actually could be useful. Like if you have a strong team and there are like some amount of pretty easy tasks, it's good that you have just one person who is just sitting, and the other one is just saying like, okay, just run the Dijkstra algorithm. You're like, okay.
I think there was like a funny moment, I think last NWERC during the tasks, I think we're allowed to talk about last NWERC, right?
Yeah.
Where I was implementing something, and he had the solution for it, and he was telling me what I was supposed to do, and he started with create a vector of size 10 to the power of 5, fill it with random numbers, and then do string matching on it. And I was just like, where do you want to go with this? It was about like the one task about random with the circular train, where you had to match it. but like I didn't do the task. I was just like, why do you want me to compute a Z function on that? It's just it's random.
But last year you were only 26th, right?
Yep.
So yeah, it's good. It's really good place, but it's still not in the top 12.
It's true. 26 is bigger than 12.
And definitely not the top 3 to qualify to the World Finals. So what do you think about tomorrow? Will we see you in the top 12?
I think, Toby and I agree, it's like a coin flip if we get above 20. So I don't see us there, but like there's always a chance, right? We could do really well, get really lucky, and it's possible, but I don't think we're expecting it.
Why nobody who comes here today expecting this? You should be more confident in yourself, guys. Come on, believe in you. You did a great preparation, I believe so.
There's already a lot of pressure in like going to tomorrow. So
there is no pressure.
There's no pressure.
It's just content. Just have fun. Just contest. Just have fun. Implement something. Pet the dog. Just feel great. Yeah, it will be fine. So guys, thank you for coming today.
Thanks for having us.
I wish you best of luck tomorrow. Have a good sleep, a good rest, and yet see you at the next NWERC maybe.
Yep.
And maybe on World Finals. Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Yep. Thank you. And welcome back, everyone. And we have one more team from the Delft University of Technology with us today. I believe this team was third during this year in Lux Algorithmic Programming Contest, which is a little bit lower than our previous guest from also the same university who was second. So how do you feel, guys? Do you feel that you have enough power to beat them tomorrow?
We feel great. I think it's hard to tell because they're a strong team. They've been training for a long time, and they have participated. I think it's their at least third year that they're participating in the same team, and also we don't really know. Maybe we get lucky and beat them, but this year we haven't had much time to train because it's our first year in Delft, and we spent a lot of time on moving here and stuff, so we couldn't really focus on training. So we don't really aim at getting any top spots or going to the ICPC finals this year.
Yeah, but it's anyways good. You have, if it's just your first year, you have many more opportunities in coming years to qualify, and it's already third place, which is pretty good. So yeah, that means that basically those older teams, they should not lose to you tomorrow, and you could just chill and have fun and just participate for your pleasure and solve the tasks. Did you see that like last year's problems or previous years?
Yes, I think we've done like one past NWERC. I'm not sure. And they were like all right, normal semifinals problems. They were very interesting, and of course, like I think we expect good problems tomorrow. So very interesting to see.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to look at problems of NWERC probably from 2012, quite an old one, and they were a bit different from the modern problems, and there were some strange problems that required some tricky optimizations and just observations that were quite hard to find. But in general, I think that the difficulty level is doable.
Mm-hmm. So that's cool. You check the tricky problems from past, check modern problems. So tomorrow should be prepared for even something in the middle. So did you do any like special preparations, or as you said, you don't have much time, so you just how much contest have you written in this team?
I think.
Well, it's our third contest.
Third official contest,
yeah.
But then we did a bunch of training contests as well. I think like maybe 10 training sessions. I'm not sure. Yeah. Like combined with the official contests.
Yeah,
it should be like roughly.
Oh, okay.
10. So
yeah, roughly 10. Yeah.
And we knew each other like before assembling team, so we're like I think whatever.
So
we've met in the right place in the right time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the third official or fourth, you're saying? You mean that it's also like NWERC, Benelux Algorithm Programming Contest, and some preliminary before it.
Yeah, Delft.
Okay. So it's basically we could say that you are just in the beginning of your team life.
Yeah.
And let's answer this question. Previous teams told me that they're using the same team reference notebook from the KTH Royal University. Mm-hmm. And which team reference do you use?
It's actually a funny story. I just copied a team reference from like my friends, and I put some stuff there that I like wanted to see myself, that I knew I needed. We discussed it and we put some more stuff there. Then we deleted some stuff that probably won't appear, like any complex algorithms, because like the level is very nice in this contest. It's still very interesting. There are like hard problems for us, but there are like no crazy algorithms or anything. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we just discussed the team book and made it ourselves.
Yeah, but for the semifinal, I believe it's normal to have like no crazy algorithms.
Yeah,
I believe it's
thankfully.
Yeah, but what was the basis? You took it from your friends?
Yeah, we all were all Russian, and we actually studied at the same university. And so in this university in Russia, shout out to Higher School of Economics. In this university, it's a very competitive university, and there are a lot of strong teams. Well, I didn't have any experience in assembling a book, because like we didn't have any. So I just took a big text file, which had like the templates and everything, and then I just like put my code there. Of course, the most important thing in the team book is to know how to use it, because like if you have some algorithms there that you don't know how to use and you like can't understand the code, like it's useless. So you just
Okay, so we had several insights about reference notebooks from previous teams. So for everybody who is watching, you should also use the idea to use some team notebook from other regions. Maybe they have something interesting there. I used the Ginatega team notebook from MIPT when I was competing, and just copy-pasted it completely. So yeah, I feel it. So what are your plans next? Would you continue to prepare for the next year to participate in the same team formation, maybe go to some training camps?
Yeah, it's a difficult question. I think, well, I would like to train because I would like to perform at least in the semifinals and at some point go to the World Finals. But we of course have to train for that, and so it's very personal for each of us whether we would like to train or not. I will try, but it's always hard to find time above your just studies and the life issues you have to train. What for
what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite the same. And yeah, we have only started our university life, and we have so many opportunities that we haven't checked out yet. And we have exams quite often, so it's very time intense. So yeah, I think that we will just see how it goes.
I'll definitely do just my best. I'm planning maybe not to train, but time to time do some problems, and yeah, we will see. But definitely I think that we all want to reach some goals, and yeah, maybe we will train more.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's always difficult to find this balance because when the studies are intense, it's just impossible to have 2 times in a week this train for 5 hours and then absolve everything and then all code forces, top coder and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, but if you do it more rare and you can balance sometimes. I'm at absolutely the same situation. Just one of my teammates just stopped doing ICPC when we were on the 2nd year, and that's why my team broke up. So yeah, this could happen, but I know also the guys who always wanted to qualify to the World Finals, and they just waited for the team until the 6th year of their study, and then they just finally got a team and qualified. So this also could happen. And only time will tell. But I hope that we will see you in the common NWERC, because your results are great, even though you're the first-year students.
We have a lot of experience. And one comment I wanted to make about the finding time issue is that the hardest part is not really finding the time to do the contests. For me at least, the hardest part is to find time to absolve and to actually work on your mistakes, because you can really maintain your level without much effort, but then if you want to get some real results, you really have to work, and so doing the hard work is the hard part.
Yeah,
if you think about it.
Yeah, it's really hard to predict how much time you can spend on a problem, because if you have some usual university homework, then you know that you can do it and you can say allocate 1 hour for it and then you are done. But when you are solving some contest problems, you do not know if you can even solve it, because it can be very complex and you just don't have ideas for it. So it's really tricky.
Yeah, that's true. That's life. I believe that there are also some programming camps which could be very useful for the preparations, because it's just as one of the previous teams said to us, that it's just an intense time of a week of contests. And for example, for them it was something unusual that you just need to write a contest every day for 5 hours. And this is kind of also the place where you can improve, because it's just dedicated week or couple of weeks just to write a code. So something like this.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is a really good idea, because I personally can't do multi-threading. By multi-threading I mean I can't switch from one task to another. So if I want to do algorithms, I want to do algorithms the whole day. I can't start programming in C++, doing my own project, then switching to algorithms, then switching to some other topics from another spheres, and it's really difficult for me. So it's it's really hard to allocate the whole day for algorithms, even though now our program is not so difficult. But yeah, the camp is a really good idea when you just for the 1 week you're just solving algorithms problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to like think about it.
I would like to do one actually. Yeah.
So, and what do you think, like overall, about the composition, like how everything is happening here? Because, of course, it's not NWERC yet; it's just a test session. But as you came from another region, and you're more familiar with NWERC and how everything is organized there, so how does it compare with the NWERC?
It's very interesting. The level of organization is high in both places. The one thing that's very unusual to me here is that we don't really have one big venue where all of the teams participate. We have like one big area where I think 70 teams or roughly that number sit, and then we have smaller rooms where other teams are spread out. And so this is interesting because you can't really see other teams. It's always very cool to when you're participating in a contest. It's very cool to like if you like go to the bathroom or something, you stand up and you see all of these people like working on the problems. And
so you're saying that right now NWERC is happening in the big room where like everybody sits in one place?
I'm not sure about this, but all of the most of the contests I've done before,
okay,
like even school Olympiads, they have like one big area.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I don't know, like Moscow Regional Contest was done in one place as well. So
that's interesting because I'm just told like in 2015 and 2016 it was spread across small rooms inside the university building. So you could see only like I don't know like 10 teams and that's it.
Yeah. And also, it's very cool to see just the event. It kind of celebrates competitive programming, and well, it's very cool because you don't see it very often. So, very nice to see like-minded people.
Yeah, and everybody is just having fun. Because I don't know, but I feel like if you have. I don't know how to say it correctly, but at NWERC, at some years, it was like, I don't know, like 15 places for the World Finals. And there were a lot of teams really who understood that they're like not the top team, but they could be like on the 10th place, for example. And they were really trying and super nervous. And it was hard for them, I don't know, to sleep before the contest and stuff like that. And I feel like here the atmosphere is a little bit more cheerful for everybody because yes, it's less places, just 3 of them, but that means that for a lot of teams, the most important thing probably, at least from my point of view, is not necessarily to qualify. It's maybe just to have fun, to participate, to gather with friends, tries to crack some complicated problems, meet new people, and just great atmosphere.
Yeah, and the social aspect is just incredible. I found out when I came to the test session that we sit in front of another team that also speaks Russian, and so it's a nice coincidence. So, very fun.
Do you know anything about other teams? Who are the favorites? Who are your main opponents?
Yeah, our main rivals, I would say, is the other team from the TU Delft. Because, we would like to beat them, of course. We will try tomorrow, but it will be pretty difficult.
Okay, so we will see how it goes tomorrow. And thank you everybody for coming to our stream today. I wish you best of luck tomorrow. Have a good sleep, relax today, and don't be nervous tomorrow. Just a regular contest. I hope we will see you in the next NWERCs. So thank you guys for coming.
Thank you so much for inviting us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.